Guys, welcome to Thoughtful Thursday. I'm life coach JJ Joshua at jj4forinsight.com. I have been providing miracle-minded spiritual life coaching since 1992, and today I'm going to share with you a tool I've used with my clients now for over 15 years that sets a powerful foundation, like the first bedrock or any kind of change or healing that you are desiring. It's like the very first thing to do when you're starting a major change. And it is quite simply a formal permission slip directed toward your inner child, your inner kid, who remains about age 8 through your entire life. And it can look like this. This is my sample of my permission slip that I just started on June 1st. And you know, I like stars. And you want to write in simple 8-year-old language. So my permission slip that I started on June 1st was I, JJ Joshua, today and on June 1st, and every day after that, give myself full and loving permission to drop that last 12 pounds and keep them off for the rest of my life. I started this on June 1st, it's 24 days later, and I'm over halfway to my goal already. And it's been fun, and it's been easy with a formal permission slip. So your inner child really pays attention to something formal. And a little bit later, I'm going to tell you all the technique you need to know and all the resources that you can activate this. Let me tell you a story of one of my clients and how very powerful this practice can be. She came to me completely frustrated, having tried to quit smoking over and over and over for many, many years, close to 12 years. She tried everything, hypnosis, acupuncture, the patches, all of it. And she'd be successful for a little while, and then she'd come back to it. So I said, well, let's just try this. Let's just get started with this. And I helped her design it, and we decorate, I showed her how to decorate it and make it kid-like. And I said, just do this about, 3 or 4 times a day. Well, she started doing it every hour she was awake. And on the second day, like the third morning, she had a lucid dream. She saw herself, that's where you know you're dreaming, but you're still dreaming. She saw herself as a young girl in the kitchen watching her mother, and she absolutely adored her mother. She thought she was like, the iconic example of what a woman should be. She was making a beautiful dinner. She was wearing a nice dress. She was cooking dinner. She was kind. She was singing. She was beautiful, and she was smoking. And in her mind, she took a snapshot of that's what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be just like my mother. She made a subconscious commitment to herself that had so much chi and so much power that it overrode all that other stuff she was doing. As soon as she had the realization, she also saw in her dream the little girl, her little girl. And her little girl kind of turned to her and said, I hate those stinky things. And then she woke up and she realized, I will not in any way detract from my love and devotion of my mother and what she means to me, but neither one of us need to be smoking anymore. But she stopped smoking, and so am I. My mother is no longer with me. She stopped smoking, and so will I. And boom, in that moment, in that very moment, she stopped cold turkey and never went back. That's how powerful it really can be. So your inner child is hardwired into the lower left quadrant of your brain, and around your belly button is the energetic source. And so you want to talk to it. This is how you specifically do it. Again, very simple language. Make it look like it's best if it's in paper, but if you can only work on screen, that's okay too. And you want to look in the mirror every day when you do this. And do it at least once a day, but the more you do it, the faster that inner child will get the memo, oh, it's okay. It's really going to be okay to make this change. And you want to do it with a different voice every time, a little high voice and a low voice, because you want to activate the 4 centers. Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. You've been following me, you know that everything I tell you is if you want true and lasting change, you need to activate those 4 centers. Physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, this works on all 4. So be doing something different with your nervous system, standing on one foot, hand over head, taking a shower, high voice, low voice, fast, slow, really focus on it and really mean it, that you're giving yourself permission to make this change. Do it simply and kindly. I've been doing this for a lot of years with my clients and myself, but recently some great science has come out that supports this, kind of explains it. This amazing book by an amazing woman, Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, Whole Brain Living, The Anatomy of Choice, and the 4 Characters That Drive Our Life. This is an amazing book that talks about this quadrant of the brain and how it is a child, and it's really attached to the past, and it kind of likes to hold on to the past. It's a little bit of a bully, and it needs to be addressed in its language and its way in order to get on board with any change that you want to. And so in the description box below, for those of you on YouTube, all the links to her book and to my website, where you can get a full handout on how to specifically do a permission slip, plus a little sample, but the sample is whatever works for you. It's all there in the email for those of you on my email list, and those of you on YouTube, it's in the description box. Everything you need to do and know to get started on permission slips. So I invite you to give yourself full permission in 8th grade, in 8-year-old language, to rock your changes, to be very effective with the changes you want to make, to become stronger and happier in your life. And okay, by the way, in case you forgot, the universe, the oneness, the loving light gives you full, audacious, and bodacious permission to thrive, to live a life of love and belonging and peace and compassion and forgiveness and health and wealth and joy and delightful surprises and meaningful connection with spirit. That permission has already been given to you, and all we have to do is claim it. So thank you so much for clicking in today. As always, please be kind to your mind. Ta-ta for now.